So you want to learn how to shoot a pistol. So before we learn how to shoot a pistol, we need to go over the 4 fundamental safety rules. And to give you guys the exact verbiage, I have the safety rules pulled up on my phone. That way I'm not misconstruing any information. So this is off of a website, and those 4 rules are: number 1, treat all guns as if they're loaded. And that's a pretty big one, because you could possibly grab a loaded pistol and have a very bad accident. And it happens all the time. The stories are out there. Number 2, never let the muzzle point at anything you are not willing to destroy. And for me, I always think about what's beyond that also, because you have instances of where, let's say like cops, for instance, and hopefully us civilians never have to come into any sort of situation where we have to worry about what's behind the bad guy, because a lot of times innocent bystanders get shot behind the bad guys. So that's number 2. Number 3, always keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot and you know what your target is. Number 4, be sure of what is behind your target, like I just said in rule number 2. The 3 parts of the Glock that you need to know of is your slide lock, slide release. And what that does is, from the slide being locked to the rear, if you slide that down, it'll push the bolt or the slide forward. Okay, you need to know about your trigger, of course, and also your magazine release. Okay, so you have your full mag, you throw it in your pistol, send that slide forward. You guys can either send it forward like this, or let me clear it. Okay, let me put this in my holster real quick. The other way that you can load your pistol up is with the full mag. Insert your full mag until you hear it click. You make sure you're always pointed at a safe direction. If you notice, I'm always pointed at my still targets downrange. You want to keep your trigger finger above the trigger well. And what I like to do, a good habit to get into, is to use your trigger finger and keep pressure against your frame of your pistol. And with that, a lot of women or new shooters that are afraid to rack the slide, a lot of times they won't get the bullet into the chamber correctly. And actually, that was my first mistake. So I know the struggle. So what you want to do is you want to grip the serrations on your slide. Grip it, and if you're struggling to get the slide back, what you want to do is you want to push with your right hand forward and with your left hand back. Okay, just like that. Now you have a live chamber in the round, and you're ready to shoot. So make sure you keep your trigger finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. Okay. Now what I like to do is I keep the web of my shooting hand as high into the pistol's frame as high as possible. Keep pressure on your trigger finger. Keep your thumb loose, and with your left hand, you wrap around your fingers. You keep your thumb forward, and your other thumb on top. Okay. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a couple shots. Now with a Glock is what's called a semi-automatic. So after the first shot, the slide's gonna reciprocate. It's gonna push another bullet into the chamber, and you're gonna be ready to shoot again until all of your bullets are gone. Okay, let's go ahead and take a couple shots. Okay, now I'm about probably about 30 yards away from my still targets. And also, that's another subject to be talked about, is shooting at still. That is something that is needed to be taken seriously, because accidents do happen, ricochets do happen. I'll leave a link in the video that you're watching now to an accident that happened on the range with my wife. Okay, so here we go. Take a couple shots. Okay, now I keep a Surefire flashlight on majority of my pistols, and I'll go ahead and get you guys some footage of my target. Okay, so again, we have a bullet in the chamber still. So keep your hand up high into the mag well. Death grip it, and that's how you keep the recoil down. Now, what I suggest doing if you're having a hard time with recoil, with your left hand, you want to pull that into the pistol, pull it towards you, and with your right hand, push forward. And that's a good way to mitigate recoil. Got that baby swinging. Okay, and just like that, guys, we're out of ammo in the Glock. That's how you safely shoot a Glock pistol. Thanks everyone for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and leave some videos in this series. The first couple of ones are gonna be shooting a 6-hour pistol and an AR-15. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.